Hey everyone, Adam here, and I am back with another reaction, and this is a brand new reaction. So this is to the band Epica and their brand new song, which has just been released from their forthcoming album, which is Abyss of Time. Now, anybody who has watched my top 10 video that I did before of my favorite albums of all time, you know that Epica did feature there. So I have followed Epica for a very long time. I'm a very big fan of the band. In particular, Simone Simmons, the lead singer, who is incredible. I've actually met them twice as well, and they are phenomenal. Very interesting form of metal here. So I'm really excited for this one. Whenever they drop new music, I'm always super excited for it. So here we go. This is Epica and their brand new single, Abyss of Time.
The
it at the end there. Wowza. Oh, Epica are back, and they are back with a bang. Wow, that was such a banger. Such a strong first release from this album as well. Wow, what a hit. Um, for all of you that are brand new to Epica, there are a lot of ingredients that they use in their music all the time. I mean, they're very symphonic, as you could hear there. You can hear the orchestra behind them. Very much a symphonic metal band. They also use a lot of choir, and in most of their songs, if not all of their songs, the choir features in some way. And when they use them so particularly, they just add such an epic sound to their music every single time. And there were sections in this song, excuse me, when the choir came in and it just lifted it to that epic kind of feeling when you had that sweeping soundscape of the orchestra and then the choir just moving along with the orchestra as well. It's just beautiful. It's very classic of Epica as well when they take moments like that, which is classic kind of very, based around, it's almost like a soundtrack really to a film. Beautiful. But they also have a choir who sing along very kind of precise and almost chopped with the sounds of like the song. And the lyrics they can be very chopped and sing with the singers. But I actually really love that. It's a stylistic choice, and I think Epica and are renowned for doing it, and they do it so well, and I love it. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed this. I feel like I need to listen to it again to fully get the grasp of all the themes that are behind the songs because so Mark Jansen, who's the gentleman that was doing the growls in the song there, he writes kind of all the music, he writes like the lyrics, and obviously works with the band together. But he always comes up with a concept. Like every album is like a concept about something, and there are always bigger, wider themes about the world, about oppression. Sometimes it takes on like religious connotations, which this video very much did. To be honest, talks about all civilizations, talking about removing ourselves from modernism sometimes and the effect that that can have on us. And it's a really interesting way of writing. It's always reaching for bigger and grander themes, which I love and really appreciate. You compare that to other modern day music that talks about, I don't know, how many likes someone has on Instagram, for example. And these are much bigger themes which are worthy of exploring. So, just taking from this video, I mean, the kind of symbolism that I was getting from that was very much, kind of light and dark, good and bad. You could tell straight away from the fact where Simone was dressed all in white when she was singing, and obviously Mark was dressed all in black. She's obviously got a beautiful operatic voice here, and he's obviously got that kind of harsh growl as well. So it's kind of playing on that symbology straight away. And you could see that as well with the dancers that came in towards the end when one was dressed in black and one was dressed in white as well, and they were dancing together. So the imagery was really interesting. There was a lot of religious undertones there as well. Kind of Simone appearing as this like, religious figure, almost this saint really with that headpiece. Even her movements were quite, you can imagine them placed within symbolic religious imagery, I guess. You had kind of that dark figure who almost looked like he had a mask on, but then he was holding like it looked like a tablet with writing on, which is very much almost like taken from the 12 Commandments, I guess. So it was really interesting where we were going there, and obviously the lyrics, from what I could hear, again, I need to go back and have another listen. Um, we're talking about freeing yourself from the darkness, freeing yourself from that oppression, and finding the light, as it were. Which is very, very typical of Epica. They write lyrics like this quite often, where it is about getting rid of that darker path that you can go down in life, looking towards what's righteous, what's good, and kind of leading your life towards that, really. I'm talking about if you are in a dark place, how you can get yourself back to, you know, the places that you can look to really inspire you to get your life back on track, which for me is always really inspiring. And as I said, like Mark Jansen when he writes lyrics and Simone as well, they always talk about that triumph, that redemption. It's never just kind of, this is where we are, this is where you can go, and you're down in the pits of hell, so to speak. They always talk about how you can get back out of that moment and just make that epicness with it, really. So yeah, this was a really, really good track. It was really interesting. I wonder how it sits with the rest of the album. And it's weird actually, because normally in the past, I've been a bit indifferent about the songs that they've released for their album, but this one for me is very strong. I really do like it. It's got all of the key, as I said before, the key classic things that I love about Epica. I love that they still keep that metal sound with Mark's growls, which I know there are a lot of people that aren't a fan of a harsh vocal like that, and it's a stylistic, thing with metal music. A lot of harsh vocalists are included with metal music. It comes with the territory. Some people don't like that. That's absolutely fine. You don't have to. For me personally, I enjoy it. I like the juxtaposition between his vocal and Simone's vocal very much. Um, Plus, he's incredible at doing it. He has that absolute skill of doing it. And for me, at the end of the day, the voice is an instrument. So whether Simone's singing kind of operatically, whether Mark Jansen is growling, it's still an instrument. And it goes with the rest of the music. It fits with the themes of the music, and it's a trademark of Epica. And I really enjoy it. And there's a lot of bands that I listen to who don't have a clean vocal, like Simone's here, for example. They just have that harsh vocal. But for me, if it fits the music and it fits the kind of style that the band goes for, I'm all for it. I'm here for it at the end of the day. But no, I really, really love this as well. I love when what's very classic about Epica as well is when they do kind of fast riffs on guitars and whatnot, the orchestra is normally quite fast behind them as well. So here, for example, you could hear that like kind of with the orchestra behind the guitar, which was brilliant. And I always love when they do that. And there's so many classic examples with their music, all the way back to the very first album, when they take moments to do that. And for me, it kind of gets that rhythm going. It gets you kind of feeling a bit more upbeat as well when you listen to it, really. But then when they take their moments to slow things down and just let the orchestra breathe and just slow everything down just to listen, that is a classic Epica thing as well. And I was so pleased to hear it here again. It's like it was kind of two-thirds of the way through the song, and when everything just slowed down and the orchestra kind of just played their ballad, and then the choir came in behind them, it was beautiful. And there's so many times in Epica's music when they do that, and they do it so damn well. Um, so yes, I really, really enjoyed this one, Abyss of Time. I can't wait to hear the rest of the album or any of the songs that they release off it. But also, what did you think of this? Is this your first time listening to Epica? Do you know Epica? Have you listened to it before? Please leave me in the comments down below what your thoughts are of one of my favorite bands of all time, Epica. Please let me know, did you enjoy the song? Do you know anything else by them? Will you go and check out anything else? Or if you have any Epica recommendations that you think I should react to, I mean, I know pretty much all of their music, but obviously there are bands like this, Nightwish are quite similar. There are other bands out there that you could recommend to me. Please leave them in the comments down below. And as you know, I read every single comment. I reply to as many as I possibly can. And I always appreciate when you guys take the time to comment. So honestly, thank you so much. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please come and subscribe to the channel if you don't already. As you know, every time a new video like this drops, but the fastest way to get new notifications for when it does drop is by subscribing to the channel. And honestly, the community that we've built around this channel, you and I together, is just incredible. And I can't thank you enough for that. Everybody who subscribes, all the regular people who come back and watch my videos, who take the time to comment and just leave lovely comments, who send me personal messages to say like they enjoy the channel, everything like that. Honestly, it means so much to me, and I can't thank you enough for doing that. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. But yeah, if you don't subscribe, make sure you hit that subscribe button already. Up here in the top corner, this is my social media channels. This is my Twitter and my Instagram, both under the same handle. Come give me a follow on there as well. And down below is the Discord. So there are two Discords that I've got. One is basically dedicated to metal, and the other one is basically everything else on the channel. So if you just want to jump into the metal one, that's completely fine. There's a few of you in there already. You can make metal suggestions to me. You can share your metal music that you really enjoy in there as well. But by all means, jump in. It's a lovely, warm, welcoming community in both Discords. And you're more than welcome in there just to share your music, to talk to other people, like-minded people who enjoy the music that you do. You can, offer new music. You can learn about other music in there as well, to be honest, which I'm always doing that every day whenever I have a look in. So honestly, if you're not part of the Discord, make sure you jump in there. It's a really warm, welcoming community in both Discords, and the links are just down below. So make sure you do check that out. So thank you again, everybody who has checked this out, who has enjoyed Epica with me. If it's your first time, then obviously welcome to the world of Epica. But yeah, this was incredible, and I look forward to more from this album and more in the future. But until next time, take care.